On the eve of World War II, Japan did not conceal its invasive plans against the Soviet Union. On the Soviet Far Eastern borders, various provocations were gradually increasing. The Army of Japan considered itself the main actor in the future war and fought for supremacy with the sailors. They assumed the weakness of the Soviet defense in the Far East. Indirectly, their calculations were confirmed by the results of fights at Lake Khasan. The USSR seemed to defeat the invaders, but very unconvincingly. Results of the second provocation almost crossed out the plans of Japanese invasion of the USSR. In the fighting at Kokkengol, the Japanese troops were stopped, surrounded and mercilessly destroyed. In order to push the Japanese army, which had established itself in Manchuria, back into second place, it was necessary to finally revise the military plans of the country of the rising sun for the future. A cunning combination was planned in order to do this. The Soviet resident in the United States, Ishak Akhmarov, managed to establish friendly relations with one of the prominent American financiers, Harry White, a leading specialist in the Treasury Department. He enjoyed the personal confidence of the U.S. Treasury Secretary, acting as his deputy, and supervised the development of relations with Japan. The Soviet resident worked in the States under the guise of a specialist on China. He and his staff gave White a policy brief on Japan's plans and opportunities in China and the entire Southeast region. It showed that Japan had outgrown its role as a country confined solely against the Soviet Union, as assigned to it by the United States. Evidence was given of military plans that threatened U.S. interests. As it turned out, the document was well received. The United States had tried to reprimand Japan by becoming its #1 enemy and provoking an attack on Pearl Harbor. In the future war, the Japanese sailors took the lead, and plans to invade the USSR were put on the table. This is how the Soviet Far Eastern divisions were used to repel the German attacks near Moscow. The counteroffensive, with the participation of fresh reserves, Siberian divisions and units, resulted in the complete defeat of the Nazi army on the outskirts of the capital.